Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Today we're looking at a paper from the Hugging Face trending list, published on October 6, 2025, about 3 days ago. The big result is a two-stage residual learning approach that boosts humanoid loco-manipulation to an approximately 92.5% success rate, far beyond a general motion tracking base. The paper is titled ResMimic, From General Motion Tracking to Humanoid Whole-Body Loco-Manipulation via Residual Learning. And as we will see later, the results are really impressive. Beyond accuracy, the method learns faster, transfers to a real Unitree G1 robot, and handles heavy, irregular objects with robust whole-body control. Alright, the intro sketched the two-stage approach and headline results. Figure 1 shows real-world deployment on a Unitree G1, under blind operation without object state input. Panel A presents heavy box carrying using whole-body contact. Panels B and C display expressive carrying motions. Panel D depicts sitting and standing while keeping balance and contact. Panels E and F demonstrate instance-level generalization, lifting irregular chair shapes that weigh about 5 kilograms. So, the previous figure showed real robot capability. Figure 2 highlights why naive motion retargeting breaks, because the embodiment gap creates wrong contacts. The left panel shows penetration, where the robot hand sinks into the chair instead of resting on the surface. The right panel shows a floating contact, with the hand hovering near the box rather than touching it. These failures motivate the residual policy, the contact rewards, and the smoother point cloud tracking reward. Well, the previous figure highlighted failure modes. Figure 3 presents the full three-stage pipeline that addresses them. In Stage 1, large human motion is retargeted and trained with reinforcement learning to produce a general motion tracking prior. In Stage 2, a residual policy refines that prior using proprioception and object state, supported by virtual force, a smoother point cloud object tracking reward, and a contact reward that aligns body contacts. In Stage 3, the combined controller deploys to perform whole body loco-manipulation. Alright, the previous figure outlined the pipeline. Table I reports sim-to-sim results in Mujo County across 4 tasks, which clearly favor the residual approach. The method reaches a 93% success rate, with about 1.3 thousand iterations, while the base policy scores 10%, and training from scratch stays at 0% with far more steps. Object and motion errors drop to about 0.12 and 0.13, and joint error is 1.29, slightly higher because precise object interaction is prioritized. Okay, the previous table summarized headline numbers. Figure 5 compares 3 strategies on chair, left, and carry right, first in Isaac Gym, and then after transfer to Mujo Co. The top section shows that training from scratch and fine-tune appear plausible in Isaac Gym, yet their object tracking error curves rise sharply, while the residual approach stays flat and low. The bottom section shows transfer collapse for the baselines, whereas the residual approach maintains low error and coherent motions. So, the previous figure contrasted error curves. Figure 6 presents real-world snapshots that compare the 4 strategies on a box lifting task. The top left sequence shows ResMimic stabilizing, gripping, and lifting the box smoothly because the residual policy preserves contact and tracks the object trajectory. The top right sequence for train from scratch shows loss of balance and a fall. The bottom left base policy hesitates and fails to establish contact, while the bottom right fine-tune wobbles and collapses mid-lift. So the previous figure contrasted real outcomes. Figure 8 shows the ablation on the contact reward, contrasting no contact reward with contact reward in Isaac Gym and after transfer to Mujo Co. The top panels indicate that no contact reward relies on wrists only, while contact reward encourages torso and arm bracing, which stabilizes the lift. The bottom plot reports torso contact force. The red trace stays active around tens of newtons throughout, while the blue trace hovers near 0 until a late spike. Wrapping up, 2 takeaways stand out. First, layering a lightweight residual policy on a general motion tracking prior delivers precise, object-aware control with about 93% success and far faster learning. Second, the approach transfers to real humanoids, suggesting a practical recipe for scalable, whole-body loco-manipulation. Thanks for listening. I am Alex, signing off.